son. I miss his smile every day. He would never tell me, Happy Mother's Day.
Victims of criminal illegal immigrants in California are fighting back.
I do not want another family member to have to live the hell, the pain and suffering that I live with every day.
That's why on Tuesday, Republican Assemblyman Travis Allen introduced a bill to stop California from becoming a safe haven for criminal aliens.
First, it would stop state funds from going to any California jurisdiction that claims to be a sanctuary or has sanctuary policies in place. Secondly, it would direct California's law enforcement to cooperate directly with federal immigration officials.
Draconian immigration policies do not work.
Allen's bill counters Democrats' attempt to protect all illegal immigrants, including violent felons.
Child abusers, drug dealers, stalkers, people guilty of sexual battery.
Today we come together to announce the launch of a $10 million LA Justice Fund.
That fund uses taxpayer money to defend criminal aliens. Allen's bill would stop that expenditure, not just in LA and San Francisco, but the state as well.
We will not tolerate it. We live by one rule of law. We pay our taxes for the Constitution to be covered.
So this bill died in committee yesterday. That was no surprise, but it wasn't the point. Whether it's a rally for immigrants or a press conference for a victims bill, these events are about public opinion and getting Washington's attention.
Thank you, William. Good reporting there. William Lantinez in Los Angeles.
As of yesterday, California is now a sanctuary state. It's the nation's first. All police statewide in California are banned from asking about a suspect's immigration status or cooperating with federal immigration officials. Landlords are banned from reporting the legal status of their tenants. Colleges can't monitor the immigration status of the kids they enroll. These new measures augment the state's many existing laws, all designed to enable illegal immigration. Illegals in California already are entitled to receive a driver's license, in-state college tuition, free health care for their children, and more. They don't need to have a job. They don't have to know English. It doesn't matter even if they have a history of crime, even violent crime. In California, illegal aliens are now a protected class. And maybe more significant, the state itself is now in direct opposition to this country's most basic laws. 55 years ago this month, Governor George Wallace took his oath of office and pledged resistance to federal authority, effectively declaring Alabama its own country. You know the history. Well, Governor Jerry Brown of California has done something similar this week. Travis Allen is a Republican in the California State Assembly, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Allen, thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much, Tucker.
So California is the biggest state, but it's still a state, not a country. How can it have its own immigration policy? How can it redefine citizenship when it's not a country?
Simply put, it can't. This whole sanctuary state is entirely illegal, and we're actually welcoming Trump and Sessions to come out to California and take them to court.
But how does this end? I mean, when states declare publicly, we're not following the laws of the country, we're making our own laws, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, that sounds like the beginning of a schism, a split, a war.
Without a doubt. I mean, California truly has become the center of the quote-unquote resistance to the president and everything that seems to make common sense in the United States. So with Jerry Brown's recent action of the sanctuary state, Californians don't even agree with this. But the politicians that are running the state in Sacramento, keep in mind the legislature up until just recently was 2/3 Democrat, and all of the statewide officers are Democrat as well, passed this law, even though Californians are absolutely against it.
Attorney General just talked to me last night around 10 o'clock. And so from that perspective, we are in this together, but we're in it for the Constitution. We're in it for the security and the safety of our streets, and I thank you for leading the charge.
Well, we want to thank you, Kevin. You have done an incredible job, and you're sort of going against the tide, but now the tide's sort of with us because you see it in the room. I mean, a year ago, 2 years ago, this would have been unthinkable to have you all in the room talking the way we're talking, but you're fed up with what's happening, and Kevin, thank you very much.
There's a little circuitous coming in. I want to thank the people. It's very important to me. You're with us and I'm with you. But we should do well. And I just want to tell you, we're never going to forget you people. We're never going to forget.
We're fighting with you, Trump.
so many, and we're never going to forget you. And this is the big.
I'm a Jack Kemp Republican. I want more people to come to this country. I want immigration to be easier.
John Cox has lost 13 elections, lost as a Democrat, as a Republican, in Illinois, in California, for county recorder, and even for president. Cox and George Soros backed Nancy Pelosi, but that failed too. Why does John Cox always lose? Because he supports bad ideas like a 23% national sales tax. The conservative alternative, Travis Allen. Cutting the gas tax, Travis Allen. The California conservative.
On the governor's race in this state, there is a young man who's actually running as if he is Trump. There's a fellow named Travis Allen who's running. And in my opinion, he represents the greatest threat to the candidacy of Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is a candidate in the state of California who is leading in the polls, has continuously led in the polls, and is beginning to improve in terms of the numbers. And his opposition is beginning to become clear. Suddenly, there are two Republicans who are second and third. And if those two Republicans get themselves together, the combination of their numbers will elevate them into a position where one of them will be in the runoff. And the one that Newsom certainly doesn't want in the runoff for the fall is a fellow named Travis Allen, who's a member of the California State Legislature, and he is literally very flippant, very conversant with reaching out and touching audiences, very conversant with moving people to be responsive, somewhat akin to how Trump was when he ran against Hillary Clinton. That person presents a real threat. At some point, the Republicans in this state, being the practical people that they are, may very well say to Mr. Cox from San Diego, it's not your turn, it's Allen's turn. And if they do, we do have a race going on in the state.
Let's go. Let's go.
I have an interview at 9 in the morning in San Diego. I told you that when we did this. I'm not making this up. I got an interview at 9 in the morning in San Diego. I've got to get home and I've got to get up early in the morning to do that interview.
I have a radio interview at 6 o'clock. I have another radio interview at 7:15, and I have a speech in Los Angeles tomorrow morning. I will stay until everyone has come to my booth in the back and joined our team to take back California.
State Assemblyman Travis Allen fought for lower taxes, safer communities, better roads, and better schools. Please welcome Assemblyman Travis Allen.
Who is with me and ready to take back California? I am the only person in this race that voted for and supported Donald J. Trump, the Republican nominee for president. I will tell you that every single race that I have ever run, I have won. Because I don't just believe in fighting, I believe in winning. The California California Democrats will not rest until they have elected Gavin Newsom. But I got news for them. We are the silent supermajority, and we will be silent no longer. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, this is our state. It's about time we take it back.